Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua, physical therapist and certified dementia practitioner. And yes, I am your alternative healthcare career coach. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to start your dementia practice as a speech therapist. All right, so stay tuned. We will be back.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
What is going on, Alternative Healthcare Career Group? I think I'm live, but I'm just going to go check out that Facebook page. What is up, my Facebook friends? How are you? If you're watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay. And then, of course, I'm just sharing this stuff here in our group. Hey, our topic for tonight is how to start your dementia practice as a speech therapist. I'm a physical therapist. I'm doing it too. And then, a lot of people are asking, how can I do this as a speech therapist or something like that? So you guys can do it too as a speech therapist or an occupational therapist. We've interviewed a lot of people who are doing it in OT, but no speech therapist, right? But guess what? We have a lot of students in the class, and obviously one is our person that are going to interview today. So hold on. I'm just sharing it, right? Because the more shares, the better. If you are watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay, right? Don't you just love our music? I love my music. I love it. It pumps me up. Well, two people already. Two people, right? Do I say that? Two people? Can I say two people or two persons or whatever? Two people are watching live. They said they were live. Thank you very much, Facebook users. And of course, YouTubers, thank you very much for watching. People who are in YouTube, thank you very much. Well, anyway, our guest, before I keep on going, our special encouragement for you tonight. Special encouragement. Can you see that? It says, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goal. I'm going to say it again. This is from Henry Ford. It's very clear there. I don't know if the camera is clear or what, but it says here, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goal. This is very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very powerful. We in life, even in life, in school and everything, if we take out of our goal, if you distract yourself from all this other stuff, well, guess what? It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. People who play basketball, like whoever, if favorite basketball player, I like LeBron James, like big dude, right? Just dunking everyone. So, or Giannis Antetokounmpo, or Michael Jordan, their goal is to shoot the ball, right? To shoot the ball in the goal. You got a goal. We need to have a goal, right? Short-term goal, long-term goal. It needs to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound goals. But you need to shoot that ball in that goal. But guess what? As a superstar, because you're a superstar, you're watching right now, those two people, right? Well, 5 and 6 and 7, I see it now. I see you guys in Facebook and YouTube. So much people watching, right? We got 28,000 people, and then I only got like 6 people watching. But you are a superstar. You're a basketball player. You're a superstar, and you're going to shoot that ball, right? And guess what? When you're a superstar, you will have all these distractions in life. People shouting at you. You can't do this, Michael. You're that. You're dumb. You're stupid. Guess what? Those superstars, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, Michael Jordan, Giannis Antetokounmpo, or whatever, superstar you know, they will have all these haters. They will shout, and sometimes they will play in their home court, right? And people are cheering on them. And sometimes they will play on the opposite side of their opponent or competition. Well, guess what? You need to go back to your home court because you're a superstar. Go back to your home court and find people who will cheer you up. But guess what? A competition is a competition. There will always be a competition there. And there will always be people shouting at you that you can't do this and you can't do that. But guess what? Guess what Henry Ford said? Don't take off your eyes on your goal. Keep shooting the ball. You're going to miss it. Keep shooting for the ball. You're going to miss it. You're going to miss it, ladies and gentlemen. It's not always 100% shoot or whatever you call that. But if you keep shooting the ball, you're going to get there. So speaking of getting there, we're going to be interviewing a special person tonight. Her name is Jessie. She is actually a speech therapist. You know, she is she has an MA. We're going to ask what MA is, mom in action. I don't know. CCC. Maybe we'll ask what a CCC is. Maybe, charm, cute, whatever. CCC, charm, cute, and then SLP. I know what an SLP is, super language pathologist, right? And she's also a CDP, a certified dementia practitioner. I know that because I teach that class, right? And she's actually, no kidding, she has an MA. She's CCC-SLP. She's a CDP. She's the owner of the Memory Compass LLC. She's actually providing speech therapy services and occupational therapy services and dementia family coaching and consulting. She is based there in Central Indiana. So I asked her, hey, Jessie, could you please come in? Let's encourage our speech therapist in the group, in the alternative healthcare group, that if we can do it, if I can do it, if Jessie can do it, you guys can do it too. All you need to do is just get out there and put yourself out there like what Jessie's doing. So without further ado, we're going to bring in Jessie. I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Hillock.
Hillock. There you go. Thank you, Jessie. So could you please tell us who you are, what do you do, and please encourage our group. Please.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Mike, for having me. So to answer the question, MA, Master of Arts, CCC, Certificate of Clinical Competency, and then speech language pathologist, and then CDP, Certified Dementia Practitioner. So I am.
Are you sure it's not cute, charming, and whatever, and then and then whatever? I was just kidding. So
no. No,
really?
it's so many letters to write behind your name. But I'm the owner of a company called the Memory Compass. I'm out of Central Indiana. The Memory Compass provides in-home Med-B therapy services and occupational therapy services specific to the dementia population. So dementia, Alzheimer's, Lewy body dementia, vascular dementia, all the dementias, primary progressive aphasia, mild cognitive impairment, and then also dementia family coaching and consulting services. So I wanted to do that because I had worked in the skilled nursing facility for 6.5 years, and I became very frustrated over the course of that time of how little I felt people were being provided education, when they were admitting to rehab, or maybe they were discharging. I would hear time and time again, well, the neurologist told us, this is the diagnosis and see you back in a year, but nobody was really giving them the information of breaking down, what does mid, mod, what does all that mean in terms of the stages of dementia and how to actually cope with it when at home. And I thought, well, I'm not really seeing them until they're already in a crisis situation. So I have this idea that I'm going to go out and at first I just thought I was going to do dementia family coaching. And I thought I was going to go out and try to meet people in the community where they were. And I had a lot of people tell me that that wouldn't work because people wouldn't private pay for something like that. So I thought I was going to build up the business while still working very part-time in skilled nursing. But then as you all know, PDPM hit, and I was given this option of either I go back up to 40 hours a week or I go PRN. And I thought, I don't feel fulfilled anymore. The cognitive therapy that I love the most wasn't really a focus anymore with all of the PDPM changes. And I just felt like there was a need out there. So I actually thought really that like this is, if I'm going to leave, like I'm basically going to need to be forced out. So I was forced out. But I thought if I don't move on this, then I'll never do it. I ended up becoming credentialed as a Medicare provider. I sat on that for a while. I ended up taking your course, Mike, the Certified Dementia Practitioner course. And then I started seeing my very first Med B patients starting January 2nd of 2020. So I have not been in business very long, but COVID actually has given me the time to learn all about business, learn all about how I can provide these services and not just be that service where you see your therapist for maybe, your 12 sessions and then you're done. But how can I support not only the individual with the diagnosis, but also support the family at the same time in this kind of hybrid practice of Med B and private pay?
Oh wow. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen. I was writing things down. You got to write things down. I always say this, because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're writing things down, you're actually understanding it more and you're memorizing it. And I like what Jessie mentioned here. She got tired. She got tired of the skilled nursing home. If you are tired right now, whatever setting you are, whether you're nursing home, home health, or outpatient, I don't know about you, but I got burned out at the nursing home. I got burned out. I got tired there. I'm like, every day I do this. It's tiring, right? And she said she got frustrated. And guess what? I heard the word challenge. You got to challenge yourself. You got to put yourself out there. And she said, you know what? I had to move out. Well, guess what? That was her comfort zone. She had to move out because in the middle of crisis, ladies and gentlemen, lies an opportunity. When she, I don't know what happened to her, forced or whatever, PDPM, PDGM, she had to move out and forced out. Well, guess what? She got out of her comfort zone. Yes, she may not be, it started this last year, January, but guess what? She's growing. When you're down, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way but up. If you feel like you're down right now, type in you're down, because if you're down, there's no way but up. And that's what I felt, and that's what Jessie felt too. We're gonna bring Jessie back. Jessie, so how could you tell us where did you literally start? Did you start with my course? Did you start with changing in mindset? How did that work? I mean, did you get an LLC immediately, or how did that work?
Yeah, so before PDPM actually hit in October of 2019 is when I had this idea that I wanted to offer dementia family coaching private pay services. I didn't even have the idea of becoming credentialed with Med B at that point. And I actually, this is kind of crazy, but I looked at my local town chamber website and I wanted to see if there was anybody who was like a consultant of any type for the senior care space. And I found some senior living advisors. And for those of you that don't know, that's somebody that is kind of a realtor for people who are looking to move into assisted living, that they actually make a fee off of once somebody makes the move, they make a fee from the facility. So I reached out to her and I told her I had this idea that I want to be kind of a dementia family coach and consultant. Do you think this is something that would work around here? I filed for the LLC. I, got my EIN, my tax ID number. I set up a website, but I still wasn't credentialed with Medicare at that point. And then when PDPM hit, and I was given the option to either, and at that time I only consulted with like 2 families, but when PDPM hit, and it was October, and they said either I go back up to 40 hours or I go PRN. I just thought, you know what? Like if I'm really going to do this, I really should get credentialed with Medicare, and I really should start networking and figure out, different places to go and different people to network with. Because, all these networking things, if you're in business now, but for those of you wanting to start a business, there are different networking groups that cater to businesses who serve 65 and older population, but they never send a therapist there. They send a marketer there. And if you're like me, you really didn't know anything or don't know anything about marketing. So that was a whole learning curve for me. But I became connected with elder law attorneys, with different marketers of assisted living facilities, with nurse care coordinators, care management, in-home companion care companies. And from there, I started just taking meetings with whoever I could take meetings with. And I felt like in the beginning, it seemed like I was wasting so much time just meeting after meeting after meeting, and it didn't get anywhere. And then after a while, my name got out there, and it was, there's this person and she can help with dementia. And it's somebody that can go into your home and can actually give you, one-on-one individual advice, or, do this virtually. So it did take quite some time to build it. But I definitely, started all of the LLC and all the business type stuff that I needed, but I didn't really act on it until I had to, when I didn't have, I wouldn't have a job after that with PDPM.
It's funny you mentioned that when you attended my class before, that was the month that I got fired. And that's the month that I got fired. And then the following month, I didn't have a choice. I was pushed out of my comfort zone. And sometimes God will put you, if you're not going to do it yourself, ladies and gentlemen, God will put you in a situation that you don't have a choice. Don't wait for God to work on it, because he's going to fire you or set up the PDP and PDGM. Work on it now. So when life happens, you're ready. And that's what Jessie and I did. We were ready. So when I got fired, I already had my Medicare credential. I already have my LLC. I already have all this stuff. I was seeing, one or two patients on the side. And then boom, I got fired. Like, oh yeah, okay. I think this is the perfect timing to do it. I didn't have a choice. So I just had to do it. It's funny, like what Jessie mentioned there, you just have to do it. You have to go out and network. She mentioned about networking and about attorney. Well, guess what? Who I have in this business card here? It says attorney at law. And like what Jessie did, I had to network and go out with different attorneys, elder care. I was looking at here, marketing and community outreach liaison, or whatever you call that, elder care advisor, hospice care consultant. We were planting the seed. I was planting the seed, when I got fired. You just have to go out. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When you get fired, you become hungry. And when you're hungry, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? When you're hungry, you will do whatever you need to do. That time when I got fired, I was thinking, how can I feed my kids? I was aggressive. Even the Bible itself, it says there, you cannot serve two masters at once. You cannot serve two masters at once. If you're working full time, it's going to be hard. And here you are complaining about, I'm so burned out with my job, and still working 40 hours. It's going to be hard for you to market and network and put yourself out there and start your side hustle. So it's either you go down to PRN or be fired like me, or do all out, or switch to PRN and then do this side gig, how to start your dementia practice and stuff like that, and put yourself out there and be the consultant that we were made to be. So let's go ahead and bring back Jessie. Jessie, sorry, I keep on talking, right? It's you. I like what Jessie said. She reached out, she had an idea, and guess what? She took action. So, Jessie, so after getting your EIN, your tax ID, you network, you mentioned about created a website. Was that hard to get? I mean, is it easy? How long can we see ourselves? If I decide I want to take action now, how long can it take to get an EIN, a website, stuff like that?
No, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but I filed for the LLC on LegalZoom. I think it took 30 days to get the EIN number. After I got the EIN, the tax ID number, I then went to the bank and I opened up a business account. I went to a small bank because here's word of advice. If you go to like a Chase bank, I had to have a $3,000 minimum in the business account at all times if I were to open a business account there. Well, I didn't have any money. So I opened at a local bank that just needed like a penny in the business bank account, which sounded a lot better to me. After that, I reached out to someone who is, they have a marketing degree and a therapy degree, a speech therapy degree, and I worked with her to build my website. That was wonderful. I highly recommend somebody have help building their website. It wasn't something that I wanted to do myself. I had help with creating my business cards, with creating my rack cards, which are like brochures. And instead of going to physicians' offices directly once I was credentialed with MedB, I didn't do that. I had heard that some therapists had a really hard time with getting their foot in the door, especially with some of the large hospital systems in my area. So instead, I started going to things like Rock Steady Boxing and speaking at their support group a couple of times, doing a support group discussion at the Lewy Body Dementia Association Indiana chapter, doing just some other like care companion support groups, doing all those for free, right? But after that, patients, families, like, I would really like you to come see my loved one. What do I need from you? Indiana is a direct access state. So they were able to contact their physician. Their physician, wrote the orders to see me. And then after my name started getting around some of the local hospital systems, mostly after the physicians were signing off on my plan of care a little bit more frequently, it's funny, they then asked to have meetings with me versus me having meetings with them. And I was like, oh, that's an honor. Usually it's so hard to have a meeting with a physician. So I did it in a very roundabout way. I don't know if that's how it would be successful for everyone, but that is what worked for me. And it now has built my referral source for the MedB part. And another crazy thing, because this is dementia and because these physicians realize that families could benefit from therapy longer than what Medicare would cover, on the orders, they're actually writing not just the order for therapy, but they're also including the recommendation for continued coaching following the discharge from service because they see the value in that.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful there. Oh, wow. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? What she did is she turned the table around. Now the doctor is setting up meeting with her. But let me go back to what she said. When she created that, got her LLC, EIN, and everything like that, she had to delegate and ask help. Most of us here in our group, alternative healthcare group, we're like, I'm gonna do everything. You can't do everything, ladies and gentlemen. You got to learn how to delegate. Even taxes. Some of us here in the therapy field, I'm just going to do my taxes because it's just once. I don't even know. You got to learn how to delegate. Same thing when you want to create your own website. Reach out to someone that can help you. Same thing with LLC. If we don't do LLC all the time. Who does this? Talk to a CPA or a lawyer or legal Zoom like what Jessie did. I use direct incorporation and delegate. Ask for help. Ask for help. Remember the acronym ASK, ladies and gentlemen. ASK, ask. Ask and you shall receive, right? Seek and you shall find. And knock and it will be open to you. And that's what she did. It's amazing. Simple as that. She asked the Rock Steady Boxing group. She seek for the support group, right? She seek for the support group. And you know what else did she did? She knocked on the doctor's office. Guess what? It wasn't open. But what happened is that it turned around. Now the doctor is asking, hey, Jessie, could you check out my patient? Because the doctors out there, they need solution to those patients' problem. If you learn how to find a problem, if you know how to find the solution to the problem, they're going to send patients to you and there you're gonna be so busy. So let's go ahead and bring back Jessie. Jessie, yeah, go ahead. You can drink. You're gonna drink.
Mhm.
There you go. All
Thanks.
right. So I didn't want to show you. I saw you like and then putting it down. Well, we're just candid here, right? So so now you got your foot in the door. You got your Medicare credentialing. I'm going to ask you that. Did somebody help you with your Medicare credentialing, or you did it yourself, or how did that work?
Yeah, I actually hired an attorney, which I know there are other ways to go about that. It probably there's some less expensive ways to go about it.
Hmm.
Um, but I felt like that wasn't something that I like. I just wanted to get the ball rolling. And I didn't feel like that was something that I wanted to spend my time on. I wanted to spend my time on creating, making my forms, making, um, just figuring out like systems to have in place. I didn't want to do the credentialing myself. It took 3 months to be credentialed with MedB. So, but honestly, that gave me time to figure out what I wanted to do.
Wow. Thank you very much for sharing that. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? It took her 3 months. Guess what? My case, because I did it on my own, it took me 8 months.
Oh God.
And I didn't even took action after that because I was like busy, doing my home health gig and stuff like that. And it was me doing it, the credentialing, and I was making mistakes left and right because I don't know what to do. So I like what Jesse said. You need to hire someone. There are less expensive. So if you need help with credentialing, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, or those people who are watching, I see you, whoever you are. If you need help with credentialing, just shoot me a message. I'll send you to my credentialing people. So you need to delegate. You can't do this on your own. It's so hard. I mean, it's probably easy for some people because they know how to follow instructions. I don't. I don't know how to follow instructions too much. But learn how to delegate, because if you don't delegate, obviously you get overwhelmed. When you get overwhelmed, you'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to do this anymore." So let's go ahead and bring back Jesse. So Jesse, so once you got in your credentials, you got those referrals from doctors. So could you give us a glimpse of how you do your not really treatment, but your approaches? Are you doing a thorough speech therapy evaluation, the regular speech therapy evaluation? How is your coaching, your dementia coach, whatever you call that, family coaching? Do you have the whole family there? Do you set up a meeting? Do you go to their homes? Do you have a clinic that you use? How does that work for you?
Yeah, so I'm completely mobile. So I do not have an office. I do the Medicare Part B in the patient's homes. If it's Medicare Part B, then yes, I do an evaluation. I figure out their, cognitive communication deficits. I stage them, where they are cognitively. I provide family with appropriate communication approaches. If the family is actively involved, in the plan of care and in the goals and in the treatment session, which I encourage them to be. I actually say that I will not do a session if it's just myself and the individual, depending on what stage they are, because they're not going to retain the information. A family very much needs to be involved. And every evaluation is completely, totally different. In terms of what their needs are, if they need communication supports, if they need external memory aids, if they need memory books, everything's just completely individualized. But the process for the private pay family coaching, I will say this for speech therapists. The Med B reimbursement for speech therapy, at least in the state of Indiana, it's service-based. So we don't have the units like PT and OT. I feel very strongly that in order for a mobile Med B practice to survive, you have to be innovative in bringing in other revenues, income streams. So the private pay family coaching fits in very well with that, because if you've, there's another Facebook group out there, and I highly recommend anybody who is going to do this to be a part of the Medicare billing for PT, OT, ST providers by Anthony, taking the Zero to Paid course. But in there, it really broke down.
Stop promoting Tony. He's got so
Well,
much
I'm
stuff
sorry.
there.
I'm sorry. I
I'm just
shouldn't do
kidding.
that.
He's my friend. He's really awesome guy. Yeah, I second the motion that check it out. Tony's course, learnmedicabillingcom is
Yeah.
just amazing guy. So
So,
shout out to Tony.
yeah, but
Mhm.
what was so important for me in there is that, when I was working in skilled nursing, it was all about, is it skilled? Is it skilled? Like, we're just trained to always think, is it skilled? And I felt in the beginning, like, PT and OT, I think I'm going to say you guys do, I feel like, a better job than me of thinking outside the box, in, wellness. And I thought, well, I'm not really going to provide wellness, but what can I provide? And that's the dementia family coaching. And so that is either done in person or virtually. The individual who has a diagnosis is not present. I have family fill out an intake form that highlights how somebody's doing with their ADLs, their IDLs, current problems that the family's facing, frustrating moments that they're having. And then we have an initial consult together. And then from there, it's an hour-long consult. And like I said, it's in person or it can be a virtual. Actually, just this week, I was working with somebody out of Denver, Colorado. So they found my website outline. They literally Googled dementia coach, found my website, and signed up for the consult. And then after, that initial consult, then we have follow-up consults, and I sell my sessions as a retainer of time. This was a business mistake I had at the beginning. I was selling them just one-off hours, and I felt like people weren't contacting me again until they were in a crisis situation. So I now sell them in packages because, if somebody's already paid for their time, they're going to use it to meet with you. We go over just anything that they're facing. My session today was about, how do I handle the topic of driving? I have one coming up it's 3 care companions and nobody's on the same page and they're not from the same hired company. So the family wants me to go in and educate all 3 of them at once on, how can everybody be on the same page? What are some apps that we can implement so that everybody can talk amongst each other? That's a very much more like consulting type role that I'm doing. Talking to the family about, should they be seeking out an elder law attorney? Should they be looking for those senior living advisors if they want their loved one to transition? Like, who are my connections that I have? And they're getting all of this information that we have as therapists, and we don't realize that we have all this information. Like, to us, it just comes as second nature, but there's nobody else out there sitting down with them. The neurologist isn't sitting down with them, giving them all this information of what do I do with, for my loved one's care after they receive the diagnosis. So I encourage people to look inside the skills that we already have that we don't realize that we have, and, go more into that consulting or education role if that's what you really love doing.
Oh, wow, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. But speaking of packages and innovative ideas, we will go on a quick break after this B-roll. We'll be back.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Yes, that is hellonote.com. If you need what do you call this documentation system, before we went live, Jessie and I were talking. I was just finished some note there. It was quick and easy. Even my own PTAs, we contract with different home health agencies, Part A, different agencies, and my PTAs themselves, like, Doc Mike, I wish we could always use HelloNote, right? But unfortunately, we can't because some of the agencies, they have their own documentation system. But check it out, hellonote.com. So if you need documentation system in your side hustle, private practice, and stuff like that, right? So check this video out.
watch today from Dr. Mike Chua's Certified Dementia Practitioner live seminar. Not only was it about facts on how to help as a therapist treat those with dementia or memory deficits, but it was also about how to talk to family members, how to talk to caregivers, how to interact with the nursing staff in the hospital, and really how to present myself as a certified dementia practitioner. If you're looking to broaden your skill set with becoming a certified dementia practitioner, I highly recommend Dr. Mike Chua's seminar.
Hello, my name is Nina Chapashvili. I am support group facilitator leader and yes, a specialist and Alzheimer educator. So I just completed Dr. Mike Chua's 2-day class, which one was the best class. First.
Yes, she said the best class, but hopefully, I mean, she said it, not me. But yeah, if you want to join, we don't have this March. We don't have enough enrollment. So, but we're gonna do it on April. So yeah, if you want to join, it's gonna be on April 24th next month, right? Yeah, come and join. I teach you how to be awesome, amazing, and excellent in when it comes to starting your own side hustle and understanding Alzheimer's and dementia and push you to your next level. So, yep. And then I guess tonight we're actually interviewing Jessie. She's a speech therapist, MA, SCCP, SLP, CDP, all these letters behind her name, ABC, CDP. But we're just interviewing her, how she started her dementia practice as a speech therapist, and not just a speech therapist, but being a dementia coach, family coach, or whatever. So let's go ahead and bring her back. Jessie, welcome back to our show. Thank you very much for joining us again. You mentioned about I like what you said about being innovative. Spell that, ladies and gentlemen, innovative. And then she had to create some packages. So what kind of packages do you offer? Could you share us? It's like 5 treatment package, 10, 12 treatment packages, and how much, if you don't mind us asking?
Yeah, so the packages that I've been doing, like I said in the beginning, it was just a 1-hour initial dementia family coaching session. And then afterwards, it was just if they wanted an additional 1 hour with me, then they could purchase another 1 hour. But like I said before, what I was finding was people wouldn't call me again until it was a crisis situation. And so one of the elder law attorneys actually said, you should do this like on a retainer, just like how we have a retainer. And then people might be more apt to call you. So I do, after that initial consult, the rate is higher. And then they have the option to purchase the bundle of sessions. And I do 3 hours. They can use it in 15-minute increments. So maybe it's just we are having a quick phone call, or maybe they want to use 30, 45, 60 minutes. I have it, if it's in person, it's a 60-minute minimum for in person. And then I do 6-hour or 8-hour packages. The time doesn't expire. It's for them to use when they want to use it. And it also, if it's done virtually, then, other family members can join in on the consults as well.
Oh gosh, that's so amazing. That's so amazing there. Finding a solution to the problem. Why are we so afraid, therapists, while lawyers are doing it?
Yeah.
They have a retainer fee, retainer fee. It's the reason why they have retainers. And of course, if you don't have any relationship, guess what? It's all done. I have lawyers too. We got several lawyers. Oh gosh, I paid like $20K already with our immigration lawyers and quote unquote the retainer fees. And it's crazy, right? But we can do that too. Offer a certain, packages like what Jessie said, it's an hourly package. You can do a visit package or whatever. So thank you very much, Jessie, for sharing that. And before I forget, Jessie, I think we need to add your class, you teaching us how to do this on top of my CDP thing. So it's a 2-day class that we do. One day it's me, and then the second day could be you. The step by step. The LLC, the DBA, the EAN, business checking. Learning how teach us how to market as an SLP, because I'm a PT, and PTs and OTs are attending my class, and we need a leader like you to lead us. Hey, SLPs, this is what I've been doing. This is our course. What we've been doing inside the group anyway. Offering webinars and courses, how you started, or offer a license fee, like what I'm doing with Jerry Hab. I'm offering licensing fee on our physical therapy clinic, and I get a certain percentage on their Medicare reimbursement, stuff like that. Well, maybe we can do that for you too, and then so you could scale your thing too. The Jessie Hillock consulting SLP CDP thing. I don't know. I want you to win too. You're winning already. All right. But the usual, ladies and gentlemen, we asked this crazy question, and we asked Jessie. Jessie, what is your biggest challenge as a CDP and or dementia family coach, and how did you turn this around? So that's my special challenge for you today. Challenge question.
So for me, for a speech language pathologist, we do not have a special certification right now that I believe don't OTs and PTs have a special gerontology type of certification that they can do. So speech therapists, we don't have that. And that's one reason why I took the CDP course, is because the CDP course is recognized. When I've been going to these meetings with senior living advisors and assisted living facilities, and they have other people on staff who are not therapists at all, but have the CDP certification. And I often, in the beginning, would run into these different individuals, and they would have absolutely no idea why a speech language pathologist would have any type of knowledge about dementia. Not realizing that if you're working in skilled nursing, at least the building that I was at, like I went to a building that had no dementia staging on their memory care unit. I had to implement one. From there, I would go into sister facilities and train those therapists how to implement one. Training new grads how to work with dementia patients. When I went to very part-time before leaving, it was, going, basically my whole caseload was dementia, and going to the difficult care plans and that education piece was my favorite part. But my struggle was showing people that this really is an area of specialty that we do every day. People just don't realize it until they get into the skilled nursing setting. So trying to educate, even the physicians, I had to give them, when we had our meetings, evidence-based practice of examples and research of why the things that we're doing as speech therapists help with the dementia population. Those are healthcare professionals. The healthcare professionals themselves don't even realize what resources are out there. So how in the world should families? So that's, I just really tried to break that barrier of showing the value of speech therapy. Now these physicians in these hospital systems are saying, we should be referring to our own outpatient clinics, but they don't go to the home, and they're not the eyes and the ears, and they don't offer this continued support. And they're so happy to find out that there's somebody in the area that can actually do that and then provide them feedback. But it was really hard in the beginning to break that barrier, and it still is hard for some to be able to show, no, we don't have this special additional certification that like ASHA offers. But this is what we do every day. So I feel like we really can be experts in this area. So if people want to start a dementia family coaching business or dementia consulting business, don't think that it's something that you can't do, because you're already basically doing it every day. If you're working in skilled nursing, you're working in home health, but you're doing it for someone else. So if you want to do it for yourself, I highly recommend it.
Wow. So, gosh, did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? She just had to find that solution. And one of the solution to that is actually getting her CDP. You just have the CDP. A lot of people will ask me, "Hey, Michael, is it worth it? What's the this?" Well, it's just a stepping stone. It's a letter behind your name, and to market yourself so you can tell them, "Hey, I'm a certified dementia practitioner." And when they see that, because they see physical therapists all the time, right? They see occupational therapists all the time. They see speech therapy all the time, speech language pathology referral, difficulty swallowing. That's it. That's what they know. But if you put those letters after that or right behind your marketing material, certified dementia practitioner, that differentiates you. Well, guess what? If you publish a book, about at least a small book about Alzheimer's or dementia as a speech therapist, well, guess what? That makes you an instant authority. And guess what? You're going to get not all, most of the referrals that is related to Alzheimer's and dementia. And then boom, you get those, become the authority in your area. Again, Jessie, thank you very much for encouraging us tonight. And thank you very much. I know it's pretty late in your time zone there. I appreciate you. So I guess don't go yet, okay?
Right.
We need to talk about your how we can scale your business and how to mentor and teach other people how to do this too. So but where can we reach you, Jessie? Do you have any email or Facebook page that where can reach you? So is that
Yeah.
okay? So reach out
hmm
on Facebook.
Yep. Yeah. So I have a business Facebook page. It's just the Memory Compass Therapy. And then I also my email is Jessie, Jessie, at
The memorycompasstherapy.com. Is that right?
at thememorycompass.com. Not the Memory Compass Therapy. It's just Jessie at thememorycompass.com. Yep, you got it. There it is. The Memory Compass. No, it's not the Memory Compass Therapy. It's just thememorycompass.com.
What memory compass?
Let me type
Memory.
it.
Go ahead and type it up, and then I'll share it. So,
There you go.
all right.
Be
Okay.
confusing.
I know, right? So I'm gonna type it up here and share it in the comments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is her website, and then also type in your email if you don't mind. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the Jessie's website, thememorycompass.com, and then I'm gonna put up her email too. I'm gonna put it up here and check it out if you want to chat with her. If you want to learn the memory compass, email her, Jessie at thememorycompass.com. All right, but before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast. Yes. Don't forget the word fast, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find friends that will push you to your next level because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Who are you hang out with, ladies and gentlemen? Are you hang out with awesome people? Guess what? You're going to be awesome. Hang out with an awesome speech therapist like Jessie. Guess what? You're going to be awesome. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be the memory compass lady, right? You know what's the next letter on the word fast? Is letter A. You got to learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing, it's not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Jessie good if you don't take action. You got to take action, guys. And that's what Jessie did. She had that idea and she had to take action because she can have the idea all the time. Oh no, in our group, it's like, I have an idea, Dr. Mike. I have this idea, but they're not taking action. You got to learn how to take action because imperfect action beats perfect inaction. It doesn't have to be perfect. Jessie said she didn't know what she was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but she had to learn along the way. Learn along the way, okay? Learn along the way. You know what's the next letter on the word fast? Is letter S. Shoot for the moon because you're going to miss it, but you're going to be landing with the stars. Tonight, I kept shooting for the moon. Well, guess what? I landed with the star. I landed with the awesome star, Jessie Hillock. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. So Jessie Hillock, whatever. Just call her Jessie, right? The compass lady. And the last but not the least, On the word fast is letter T. Letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it and writing it down, well, guess what? You're actually understanding it more. And that's what Jessie is doing. She's going to eventually teach us how to start your own The Memory Compass soon in the future, right? So again, I wish you all the best. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. I will see you when I see you, Facebook friends. We'll see you next Thursday. I don't know. I don't have the schedule here, but we will see you next Thursday, okay? I'll see you around.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.